On today's episode of The Couch,
They would only have the manual of the game or like the old magazine.
Oh, you're talking
for
about
this.
like Max Payne. Oh, come on, Croc!
Oh, that was so sad. I was like, because I didn't enter soccer until I was like the freshman year of high school. But even then, I felt like that was a bit late. That's annoying. Every lost progress is an opportunity to succeed again. I've learned things that don't help me. Nothing. Oh God. Nothing.
You!
Oh.
Alrighty, welcome back to The Couch.
Welcome back, everybody.
Alright, we're picking back up with Croc.
That we are.
And the darkness descends.
Oh my God.
Let's go find some Gobbos. Which,
Some-
yes, who all want to make fun of me from the previous episode. I know I said Gibbos, but I didn't exactly look at the cover. It says Gobbos, but eyes and nose look totally the same, so I'm fine.
Yeah, so, and funny enough, we have the manual for this game, and
Yeah, if the opening credits, or not the credits, the opening cutscene wasn't enough for a story, oh no. They actually did the old school traditional thing of in-game or in-manual is where the story's at.
yeah, so, and funny enough, it's kind of a funny, you have some funny tidbits into it, which is really cute, I think, just also for a good laugh, but if you guys are interested, I will read this. So therefore we are,
children, get ready.
yes, story time. So snuggle up, grab your blankets, your stuffed animals, or something like hot to drink, and get comfortable. So, the legend of the Gobbos, in which the Gobbos are described. Who were the Gobbos? Should I read that section? You think? It just describes the Gobbos like they're all right. Who were the Gobbos? Examine ancient paintings from the time of their civilization, and you will find that the Gobbos were a short, furry people who could be politely described as dribblesque. But what of their soul, their character? One historian wrote that the Gobbos were among the most advanced civilizations of their day, making great strides in science and literature, a people whose intelligence shines like a beacon in the night. It should be noted that the historian was himself a Gobbo, and not only made numerous grammatical errors in his account, but also misspelled Gobbo. Interesting, okay. No, the Gobbos were a simple people, a race whose greatest inventions were edible deodorant and the wind-powered cow moistener. Okay. And over 2,000 years of existence, the Gobbos only sent 3 of their kind to college. Only 3 people, note that. And 2 of those were returned postage due. Okay. So they weren't the sharpest pins in the cushion. Absolutely not. But were they lovable? You bet. So lovable that they would often keep each other as pets. I'm sorry, what?
They are so adorable. They kept themselves as pets.
Okay.
How that's
I'm
possible,
sorry.
Not exactly sure, but sure.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but think of something.
Yes, you can go that way as an adult, but you think of it as a children's story, which this pretty much is.
Yes, I know.
These cute little creatures are so adorable that they couldn't help but even keep themselves as pets.
But you know where my mind went. You know where it went. But oddly enough, it was their very lovability, their very kind-hearted innocence that set in motion a chain of events that would send the Gobbos plummeting towards a terrifying fate, a fate worse than death, a fate so frightening that with Harknishes may wish to stop reading now. Although it's really not that frightening. So, so that is the pretty much the
intro
history
part,
of the Gobbos. Yeah, the history part. Now I could read through Croc's more or less upbringing. Should I read that? Yeah, nay?
What we could do is each episode we'll read just a little bit more. So we'll give you all a little taste here and there. So
Yeah.
now you have the history of the Gobbos.
Yes, the Gobbos.
Cute and fuzzy. Gobbos.
I'm sorry.
Like that, right there.
The
Don't you
cute-
want him as a pet? Look how cute and adorable he is.
He's cute and
Hi.
adorable,
Hey.
but oh my goodness.
Hey. There you go.
I was gonna say, he's jumping at you saying hi, 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 and I'm like, are you kind of tired of the highs? Could you just like take him, please? But no, it's funny that they put it into that little section of, oh, they even keep each other as pets. It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't remember
what?
that as the lore at all. I'll admit, I don't remember much of this game's lore, besides just being the simple platformer of go save your little buddy friends that raised you.
Yeah, well, also part of me wonders if, like, when they created this game, like, did they honestly think, or did they just not know, like, how many people would actually be interested in reading, like, the little pamphlet
The
inside?
best way to say is, if you remember from the days with the Super Nintendo and even regular NES, manuals were where you found the story at.
Oh, no,
So
I...
it both made it easier for the oh my god, this is gonna be roll suck.
Oh, I can already tell you're struggling. Oh, God. All right.
Anyway, so it made it easier in the game's programming to where they didn't have to program in actual like speech bubbles. They didn't have to program all dialogue for any languages.
Yeah.
It can be printed at any wherever it's released. They can print their respective language there.
Yeah.
Come here, buddy. That's what go down there. Oh, this sucks.
Oh, the struggle. Here
anyway.
I thought.
But yeah, they could just print there and just have the simplistics on programming.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, now games, you don't really get a manual anymore.
no.
Now there is sometimes manuals that are printed in game. Granted, like Synosis and all that stuff. But yeah, paper manuals are no longer a thing. Partially because as well it's less paper and whatnot.
Well,
I hope our couch potatoes can hear our lovely dogs playing in the background. Calm down.
yeah, they're really enjoying themselves with their stuffed animals tonight. But I was also going to say, I have noted enough, and I wonder if we're ever going to do this. I kind of hope not, but it is what it is. There is the old Zelda game, like where I've noted, like,
Zelda 1?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind playing Zelda 1.
Well, it's I was going to.
I did have considered put it on the classic hour. However, besides how long it is, I feel like that's a game that you and me could just talk over more than actually do it on the classic hour.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the cute ladybug.
I'm going to make you a little terror. Do well, my little faithful servant. Now it's a jitterbug. It's a punchy ladybug. But I was going to say, too, I noted that some YouTubers have done this. I don't know how many have. I just know a couple, like maybe one or two I've noted doing this, but only because they wanted to make it extra difficult. They would only have the manual of the game or like the old magazine.
Oh, you're talking
for
about
this.
like Maximilian. Oh, come on, Croc!
Oh, that was so sad, I will admit. Yeah, Maximilian dude, he did do
He basically went back to the 80s with it.
yeah, and
Which is proper in my eyes.
yeah, no, and I found that to be commendable because I'm like, honestly, I commend you for doing that because it's one of those, not everyone has that copy of a magazine for Zelda 1, I'm sure. And I'm sure if you try to find it now online, you know what? I'm going to try to see if I can find something
You
like
could
that.
find the strategy guide online. Yes.
Well, it's just more of like curious how much is it?
Oh no, not to buy. I would not recommend buying that. There we go. Almost failed that twice.
You're doing good, honey. You are doing good.
Yeah, don't try and buy it.
Well, it's only like $33. $33.24.
It's not original. That's a reprint.
Oh, so we want the original, not the reprint. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying of like that is a monetization, I believe, what you're looking at there. But either way, that would be a full strategy guide, and he didn't do that. What he did was play the game in its original state with a little bit of help, like not a complete strategy guide.
Yeah.
But like Nintendo Power clips when the magazines were released to get like intro started.
Yeah.
And I don't think you are familiar with it, and I don't know how much of our taters are familiar with it, or at least remember these days, of the Nintendo Hotline channel, and or not channel, that's the right term, phone line.
I am not. Oh wait, you mean
It's a 1-900 number that you would call into, and they would have their own strategy guides in front of them.
Okay.
And would stall you as long as they could on that phone line.
They would stall you?
Best way to say is stall you, because you have to pay for every minute you're on that phone.
Oh wow, talk about making money. Shit. I did not know that. Like, I thought he did the phone a friend, like from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Well, what he did was called in his buddies, and they act like a Nintendo hop. That's why his buddy went, "Oh man, yeah!" So he was calling like he was still in the 80s.
That I never knew about the hotline tidbit. So, but then again, like when I was growing up, we didn't have a whole lot of games while I was growing up. So, and if we did, we weren't really permitted to play a lot. My mom was one of those go outside, do something outside. She did not like us playing video games. I mean, she was okay with it, like for certain times. Like if it was like raining outside, then she'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, go ahead and do it. Or if it was like snowing, even though even though sometimes if it were snowing, she'd be like, you guys can have snowball fights, you guys can make a snowman, all this other jazz. But yeah, no.
Well, at that point, she's trying to. Here's the problem: as we were children, you know what I went through, Nintendo songs, arthritis songs, was a thing, and yes, a lot of bad publicity was going on video game systems of brain rot and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So
that was another thing too.
And then as well, lots of reports saying that
video games were inducing violence.
Yes. So there's a lot of publicity that it was going to. She was protecting you from.
Yeah, no.
And as well, best way to say is she's trying to make sure you had the same upbringing she did. So go out and play, go out and make friends, all that stuff.
No, there was never a time where I regretted that. I mean, being a kid and being highly invested in video games, yes, I absolutely wanted to be indoors more.
Don't you fuck up.
I was going to say it looks like it's like stalling, like it's going to crash.
That was my thought too.
But no, I never regretted the
we're now in World 2.
And in the Ice World, ooh, I actually like Ice Worlds a lot. I feel like when it comes to ice levels, they never get enough love. But no, it's like I do enjoy the fact that when I was a kid, I was outside more. I went to playgrounds more very often. Even though for me, like I was a semi-active child. What I mean by that was like, yes, I did stuff, but it's one of those, I hated being active. I hated running. I hated playing football because my brothers made me play football. I liked playing soccer, but I wasn't very good at it, nor did I understand the rules very well until later, which is really sad.
No, man, at that point of a kid, you're just going to do the basics of I kick ball go over here.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's Frozen Elmo right there. Well, I don't know if I would call it Frozen Elmo because he's purple. But But yeah, I just remember like I was introduced to soccer pretty late in the game, pretty late in my like age, I guess you could say, because I didn't enter soccer until I was like the freshman year of high school. But even then, I felt like that was a bit late. That's
Bastard.
annoying.
I knew what he was doing. I was trying to
More or less
avoid it.
escape that. Yeah. I noticed the audio is getting a little choppy on our end, like in certain
Yeah,
areas.
I'm catching it too.
But no, I was introduced pretty late, and I didn't know any of the rules. Like, I felt bad for my coach because he gave me written out rules and written formations, which
I
was
have never heard of that for. Wait, hate to ask, was this a church-run thing?
yes.
That could be why.
Oh God.
No.
Was that bad?
Yeah. Let me put it this way. My end of it, yes, because I just don't like church organization things, and that's just not to bash anyone's religion, not to bash anyone's upbringing on that. It's just I don't like it. It's just in general my taste of it. But back to my point. I guarantee what that coach was trying to do was go into the more professional manner.
Yeah, he was.
Which honestly is commendable.
Yeah.
Because yes, in a professional environment, you would have your players basically study from a sheet and what the heck was that?
I don't know, but
Study from a sheet and come on, there we go. Learn the plays that way. While I did what was dubbed neighborhood soccer. We did play on a team, but my mom did have to pay for the league and all that. And I even refereed when I was a teenager for that league. But, oh crap. Okay.
you want the pretty butterfly?
That they didn't really, those coaches were also volunteer. So they didn't do the dedication type of thing. They did try to teach formations and like, hey, we need to run this type of thing depending on the age group.
Yeah.
Because if they're young enough, no, you play the game of amoeba ball. Why?
It seems like whenever you jump, it makes you drift to the left.
I know. That's why I was like, I'm holding jump and he's drifting left.
Which is weird. And I can't help but notice that it looks like the ledge on your right is kind of blocking you. Maybe that's just me, but that's what I'm seeing. Anyway.
But no, it's just that of, my guess is your age would be probably 10-ish. I'm going to try something.
Are you talking about me? With I was in the freshman year of high school, so
Okay,
I was
that
13.
At that age, that makes more sense why he was doing that.
Yeah, no, I wanted to understand, but I was like, I had played so little soccer that the most I really got out of playing soccer was, or before doing that, I did play with my siblings for a little bit, but it wasn't any of the, oh, we're playing a professional game or we're playing a game of soccer with actual rules, which kind of sucks because it's like I felt like I was missing a lot in terms of what to do with my position, because like midfielder, okay, what the hell is midfielder? And it's like, well, they can go pretty much anywhere throughout the game. Striker is only forward. Defender is, well, you get the gist. Defender is your defense, but it's more of like at the time I was just confused. I was like, what does this mean? So midfielder can pretty much go anywhere throughout the field. And I was sometimes like baffled by it because there were certain, I guess if you were like offsides at a certain point, when you're like a midfielder.
The problem is if you just got into soccer for your first play at freshman year, that is, yeah, you were introduced way too freaking late.
Yeah.
Because at that point, yes, you should know all those rules.
Yeah, no, I didn't know a single one of them.
So that is kind of setting you up for failure. But as well, coaches should have made sure you were aware of those.
Yeah, and I felt bad for my coach because it's like he did give me like the written instructions, but even then
That's
I was
me.
like kind of confused.
Well, the problem to me is also when it comes to, especially sports. Here, read up on it. No.
Yeah.
Sports is you learn by doing.
Yeah, no, I think I've also mentioned, maybe I haven't mentioned it on this channel before, but I know you know it. Like, I learn better if I'm doing it. Like,
different people do learn different ways, and yeah, you and me are we learn by action.
yeah.
I know of a couple people who even when I had to teach them how to do the job, they're like, you have to send a written form because I can read through it and I'll have a lot better time comprehending. Like, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no. I will do my best and help you make notes and advise you what to write down.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
You know, like, I know for those who can understand what they're doing by just reading, I commend you, because it's like, yes, I understand what they're trying to more or less point out, what they're trying to more or less teach me to do by reading the pamphlet, but then it's like comes to the point where it's like, okay, I have to actually do it in order to understand it. Because it's like, yes, I read this, but now I need to practice doing it, otherwise I don't fully understand. But no, it's just everyone's different with how they learn, like with the learning cycle and whatnot. Ugh. So you could even say the same thing comes with playing video games too. So you can read how to do shit, but it doesn't mean that you know how to do it sometimes.
I forgot to do this before.
Oh God, what is this?
Saving the game.
Oh, that would be good because especially with the game going a little bit, not going a little bit, it's a little on the glitchy side.
It's not, well, it's one of those. I think the better part to say is if anyone who has watched our previous playthrough will know of a situation with our Nuzlocke.
We don't bring up that there. What Nuzlocke are you talking about? There was no Nuzlocke. No Nuzlocke.
Yeah, we'll go with
None
that.
whatsoever. We don't bring up certain subjects such as this. That just brings me pain. Makes me so sad to think about.
But yeah, when it crashed on us, that one I'm still baffled with how that happened.
Oh yeah, no, I think we were both very baffled by that. Very unexpected too. We were just like sitting there doing our thing, like, oh, there's nothing wrong, nothing's going to be wrong in the next 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it just crashed out of nowhere. Frozen Elmo.
He's squished now.
He pretty much is.
Where's the key?
Find the key, all the happy you'll be.
My thought now is go in doorway, come back through doorway. That's not easy. It's not been a thing.
It's not on the ground level, is it?
Let's see. Alright, let's try in and out of the door. See if I'm right.
Hopefully. Because I think with older games, it's not very
Okay,
common.
There it is. Yep, I was right. It's in and out.
Nice. You know, with it being like...
Come on, Croc. Good boy.
That was a total clutch. I could even see you cringing.
Yeah.
No.
Let's go rescue our fuzzy friend.
Yes. But I was going to say, too, like, depending on when this is released, it's December. So, and...
the game was actually announced for, I think they actually said when it was, because it was announced, want to say November. of this year, 2024. I'm only iterating that because I think by the time this recording comes out, it'll be already 2025.
I was gonna say I have a feeling it's gonna come out in January 2025.
Well, yeah, it's just of what we have for scheduling.
Yeah.
But this game's remake was announced of November for December. Now, granted, I haven't seen any mention of an official release date, and something tells me it's getting probably pushed back to mid-January, and that's not giving Agronaut any direct shit. It's just kind of, it's just more or less par for the course of gaming anymore, where gaming companies always need to have that extra moment of pushback. Damn it.
Oh, God.
To fix whatever. Get back on the platform. There.
He's slowly nudging his little ass to the side. But, no, I honestly am going through that with one of my games. So now I don't know too much about this game, only that it's so for those, maybe I've said this before, but I like cozy games. And what I mean by that is
cozy games are their own genre.
Yeah. So there is one game that I've been eyeballing. It's called The Chocolatier. So now, not too much is known about this game. There's only certain snapshots of what the game is supposed to be. So it looks really cool to me. So I like any type of cooking game, especially when it comes to desserts. I'm all over for it. However, this game has been on my Steam wish list since the better half of this year. And throughout this year, it's it says it's supposed to be releasing in 2024. And I'm like, okay, cool. But now it's saying, expected release date 2025. So it's well, all right then.
All I can say is all those Hollow Knight fans are looking at you and just patting you on the head saying, yeah.
No. Hollow Knight. Wait, I thought the other game did come out. It didn't? Oh, shit. I am so sorry, you Hollow Knight fans. I know you're paid right now, so you've definitely been waiting longer than I have. However, I will beat you at...
the wrong door.
Okay, nope. Okay. However, I will beat you at one game that I waited for so very long. Can you guess what that is, honey?
Sweetie, I guarantee those same Hollow Knight fans have been waiting are the same ones who are part of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Maybe. Maybe. But no.
But the problem with Kingdom Hearts 3 over Silk Song is that Silk Song has been more or less teased multiple times, while Kingdom Hearts 3...
I think Kingdom Hearts 3...
exactly teased. It was mentioned in... best way to say an in-room chat.
Well, I think it was sort of teased, not full-on extension tease, but it did give
Kingdom Hearts 4 was already teased.
Oh no, I've seen that too. And
they even after they teased it, they even said we're not working on this until I think Final Fantasy 7 is done.
Yeah, I remember you saying something like that.
And I don't remember if they meant all of Final Fantasy 7.
That's a good question.
Or if they meant the first Final Fantasy 7 that they were currently working on.
I honestly don't know. But I do know that with waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for so long that it looks like... What are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh, crap. I fucked up.
Oh, I see what you have to do now.
Yeah. I hate these controls for that type of thing. Because that setup is so much harder with these type of controls.
Oh, I believe it.
And yes, I'm going to be saving until I get a wealth of lives again.
No, I don't blame you. But, God, that looks like... Is that Goku? That's
Yes.
Goku Super Saiyan 3.
That was when we played...
Or 2.
Oh my
Brain
God. No.
working. Brain not working.
I more went, oh shit. Because that is the password to get to the level we're at. So that is left, up, left, right, down, up,
Oh my
left, up,
God.
left, up, left,
Take a
down.
picture. Oh my God.
I'm saving, so it's fine. But it's just in general, at least I tried to save. I think it might have screwed up.
I was going to say, if you need to remember that, just take a picture.
I know, but just in general of the, oh God. However, the part that more caught me of what is this? Oh, because I totally canceled, so it didn't save. So it went to, well, if you don't want to save, here's your password.
No, okay, I see it.
But as I was reading those out, because the LUDs, so that would be the left, up, down. If you didn't notice as well, oh no, that would actually be right. I forgot how PlayStation did their controller. No. If you look at traditional D-pads, the left arrow points left, the right arrow points right. But look at the D-pad for how these black arrows they look.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
They're always pointing towards the middle.
Yeah, no, now I see why you say it like that.
But the fact that their password system is nothing but the D-pad, dear Lord.
I mean, this is an older game, so we have to give it some grace.
As well, this is why this was before memory cards were standard.
Oh man, I remember having the GameCube, and
Well, by that I was saying memory cards for GameCube were standard, but the predecessor. I'm not trying to interrupt you. Just saying the predecessor with the 64
yeah,
game that as well. Memory cards were not standard.
yeah, no, that's where I was trying to.
What the hell?
That was intriguing.
I want the Gobo.
But what I was trying to get at was so back when the GameCube was coming out, and me and my brothers, we were super excited about it. Got the system, cool, great. But then we got the games, and without knowing this, like we played our first game and all this other stuff. We turned the game back on at like after a day of having an exciting event with like playing this game for a super long time. We realized none of the data was saved. We didn't understand why. And
You guys were thinking of auto-saving it. It wasn't auto-save.
yep. So that's exactly it.
Especially at kids' age, that makes sense where you guys would think that.
Yeah.
But
it's little did we know you need a memory card, and we did not know this. And we're like,
especially
shit.
at GameCube days, that was a requirement. There was no save otherwise.
Yeah, no, I don't know exactly how my brothers found out. I want to say they probably went to GameStop. Maybe. Oh, bless you. They probably went to GameStop like that. Oh, it moves. The
That's
next.
why I approach slowly. Like, I know it's gonna happen. Wait for it.
I think my brothers probably went back to GameStop and they were explaining the situation. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you need a memory card." They're like, "What is that?" They're like, "Oh well, it helps you save the memory of the game." They're like, "Why?" Nintendo 64 didn't have that. They're like,
they did.
"Well."
64 actually had it, and it was one of those you didn't necessarily need it.
Mm-hmm.
That was why, as well, it was an introduction phase
Mm-hmm.
because it was called the Game Pack. It was a memory card,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, you didn't necessarily need it. You could actually implement almost everything with the password system, or on some of their games, you could actually write onto the cartridge. But it took up so much, it would take up data otherwise.
Yeah.
Party wants to go.
Did you want to go back to the other area? I know you missed something. Like
It
when
was
you
the
were
Gobo
traveling.
who did not get rescued that bothers me.
No, you can always go back. It's fine.
That's what I'm trying to do. Because here,
Oh dear.
Oh, I see. I need the silver key here. Because a gold key...
So you have to come back to it regardless?
No, I would have to, however, I think right there is a platform.
Mm-hmm.
I would hit the switch, platform would appear, so where he lands on that to go get that gold.
Yeah.
So I gotta find the silver key.
Oh, so far I haven't seen a silver key yet.
Neither have I. My bet.
Nope.
Okay, right there. My bet now is it's past the gold door.
That's what I think too. But yeah, no, I just remember that so plainly, and my brothers being, like, what the hell is going on? This shouldn't be.
And as
doing
well,
this.
at that point, you guys probably never had a PlayStation.
No.
So that would be your other introduction, because PlayStation started that.
Oh yeah, no,
Well, PlayStation, I don't know. Yeah, no, because it would be PlayStation that came out first to introduce that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Atari Jaguar was all cartridge based, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. No.
And after PlayStation itself, Sega Saturn, and they had, I can't remember if Saturn had memory cards. I know Dreamcast did. I would say Saturn had to.
Mm-hmm. Well, we did not have PlayStation while growing up.
Yeah.
I know we were definitely huge Nintendo just by what I'm like
so
going through.
My introduction. Come on, Croc! No, Croc! My introduction to PlayStation was actually thanks to my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got to play, like, the first games on PlayStation I got to play was Tomb Raider 2. Yeah, Tomb Raider 2.
Mm.
Mega Man 8. Come on!
I was gonna say, why don't you just use the platform?
It's hard to judge that distance.
That's fair. But no, I didn't get a PlayStation until I got my first job.
That's understandable. Well, that's probably you probably got your PS2 then.
Yeah, so I should have corrected.
No, you're fine. I corrected for you.
It's more of like I got the PlayStation 2, and I just remember going to We Buy Games. Not the one that...
No, We Buy Games would be the old store, yeah.
Yeah, so it was, it was like maybe 10 minutes away from where I was. And I just remember going in. I wanted something different, something new. Definitely not anything like Nintendo. This is when I figured out, like, oh, there's PlayStation, and they have, like, different types of games. And I really wanted to get into the Kingdom Hearts. But I also wanted to get into Final Fantasy, which is the funny thing.
Yeah, no, that one, I think you already said on the couch where you, because of Kingdom Hearts, you were introduced to Final Fantasy, and then Final Fantasy became, well, let's try this out. You gotta play 10x2.
Yep.
Which is
the bad
mistake.
Yeah, no, like, I didn't know it, only because I told the merchant, like, I was interested in learning to play, like, I really wanted to...
You bastard.
I just remember telling him I really want to play Final Fantasy. And he's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, I've never played it before, and I think it would be a really cool game to play because I hear good things about. Like, I just remember a friend telling me, oh, Final Fantasy is a good game. You should try it out. So, and he's like, oh, well, do you like combat? I'm like, well, I do like shooters. I play Zelda. I play not the Dark Souls like games yet. That didn't
Dark Souls wasn't really existing too much in the PS2 days.
Yeah, no, I didn't. But I just knew I liked.
Come back here.
I just knew I liked the thought of actually picking up a sword and doing shit. But he's like, oh, you should like this type of Final Fantasy. And since then, that whole distasteful experience.
Yeah, I can say there that merchant. I can't remember what the term is.
Lowballed? No.
Not lowball you. Stereotype type thing. I cannot think of the proper term. Basically, he looked at you, saw a girl, hey, girl wants to play fantasy games. Let's get the all-girl fantasy game going.
Yeah.
It's the new hit anyway.
Yeah.
Especially where it's a great introductory card. No, the game sucked.
It was terrible.
And 1 isn't actually half bad. It is a turn-based system, which I know for you're kind of with, and I just saw the silver key.
It's up there,
Yeah,
I think.
it's the top
one. It's gonna take us time to get there anyway.
But no, 10-1 tells an interesting story. God damn it! Why do I fail this jump?
I'm telling you, just do it the other route. I know you're willing to be stubborn and actually make that jump.
No, it's easier here because look at the distance of that. I have to time to get to that. To get to that, it doesn't work. I have to do it this way. This will help. There we go.
But no, it's like, it's not that I don't.
Typecasted. Sorry to interrupt. That,
No, you're fine.
I just clicked and like, this is what you meant.
I like how you said that too. This is what you meant. Brain working now. But no, I did kind of feel that way because it's one of those, I try to tell him like I was into shooters. I am into shooters. I wouldn't mind picking up a good shooter game every once in a while.
I can't think of what a good Final Fantasy I can recommend to you. Mainly because of your tastes. But like, I know one I recommended to you that isn't exactly a Final Fantasy, but it is at heart, and that's Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Which I think for your end was just bad timing for you to play it over anything because of just family dynamic and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I would love to play that on the couch. I do have it on the PS1, which we're playing now. Oh wait.
Poor doggy.
And that one actually has proper cutscenes, which I think the DS that I loaned you, the DS title has the cutscenes as well. But the game's got such a rich story, such good gameplay.
Yeah. No, I definitely wouldn't mind picking that up. It's just more of
You son of a...
This just has puzzle after puzzle in it, doesn't it?
I'm happy for puzzle. I'm just annoyed I have to go back and get another key.
Excuse me. But, no, it's just I know I haven't played a good shooter in a while, and that's because I've been more hard focused into Souls-like games, just because I would really like to more or less complete those. Well, not complete them, but like finish them.
Finish the one you're at. And I know we might play another gun game here soon. I know I'm still working or trying to talk with Hitman on bringing back BioShock. He's been taking care of family, so he's a little distracted.
Honestly, I would like to see you guys play more of that because I love BioShock. BioShock was a good game. Even though I played it on super hard, or not super hard, I know I played it on pretty hard. Why are you still there?
That's why I was like, how are you there? I already rescued you out of the box.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you got him. Unless if the game just didn't register it.
That's what I'm wondering.
What happened? But no, BioShock is really good. I definitely need to pick up 2. I know they say 2 wasn't as good as 1, but it was still pretty good. And I also need to play BioShock 3, which I also hear is really good.
I have heard basically 1 is better than 2, only by, I think, story.
Yeah.
2 did fix some gameplay issues. But 3 is, best way to say, is a great cap-off.
Yeah.
And a great game in its own.
Yeah.
But I have not ever touched it to say, because I didn't care for Bio 1. can't believe I didn't see this gold key. I literally looked over there, saw the gold, thought that was the door, or the Kong, I should say.
Yeah.
Gong. So I just ignored it.
You're good. So it happens to a lot of people. But
my side tangent was going that there is, the best way to say is rumblings of a Bioshock 4.
okay, I definitely need to get my butt in gear then to complete the other two then before that. But no, those I definitely would like to complete. I'm so close to beating Liza P that I really want to beat that first. I still would like to play Bloodborne. I've been talking about that a lot. That's another one that I really want to play. And of course, I would like to play Elden Ring, but I want to complete Bloodborne first before I even touch Elden Ring.
As much as people love Elden Ring, it's, to me, an okay game.
Oh, yeah, no.
And it's nothing direct against the game. I think for me, it is just a best way to word it of it's an open world Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And there's technically nothing wrong with that idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the best way to say is Liza P is a Souls-like game that introduced new elements to make it unique.
Yeah.
Bloodborne is a Souls-like game that introduced elements to make it unique.
Mm-hmm.
Sekiro is a Souls-like game that introduced things to make it unique. You're catching on here, right?
Yes.
The only thing that Elden Ring really introduced was, hey, you don't have to stick into a tunnel. That to me is not really introducing much.
I think Elden Ring, like you just pointed out, it's more for the people who appreciate more of an open world feel.
I'm not usually in that regard.
Yeah, I know. I know you're not too big into open world. Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Best way to say is, like, for instance, Zelda did it very well.
Yeah.
And
even though
it really has to, it skirts a line for me of where open world just becomes a problem.
Oh. Every lost progress is an opportunity to succeed again. I've learned things, but they don't help me. Nothing.
Oh, God.
Nothing.
You bastard!
Whoa. Oh.
All right.
Okay, guys.
We're gonna pick this back up on the next one.
Yeah, I think we need to just take a tiny little break, but we'll catch you all later.
Later, guys.